Hello, you guys. How is it going? Today is Tuesday, March 9th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day in Jesus' name. I just wanted to come and do this this question that was asked to me by someone who commented on one of my videos. I don't know which video it was. I don't know if it was an old video or a recent video because I don't have my phone to look, but so I wanted to answer that question as well as open these pretty little thing items I got and fold some clothes. So, yes, I am going to do that. So, the question that was asked, the question that was asked was by a person named Rose, and they said, let me see. Hi, my boyfriend also has spina bifida and he has no feeling in his right foot. He walks somewhat similarly, but often needs to hold on to something. Any tips for getting around without crutches? So I didn't want to just comment to this video. I didn't want to just comment to this question. I wanted to do a video on it because I felt like it was a great question. And also why I felt like it was a great question is because, I think about myself and my challenges, with walking or struggles with walking, without any crutches around the house. So I thought it was a great question. So also I'm going to share my tips. And if anybody can leave a comment that have any tips for this young lady, for her, this young lady with her boyfriend, if you guys can comment those below. So for me, I feel like walking without crutches, it depends on you. It depends on your body. It depends on, I want to say how good you are with walking. Okay. Now the reason why I say this is because it was much harder when I walked with two crutches and I started to walk around the house without crutches. I felt like it was just more of a challenge. It's hard to explain. Then when I started walking with one crutch, I feel like it was easier to walk around the house with no crutches. However, I've been walking around the house with no crutches for a long time. Like as much as I can remember, I'm gonna say as far back as middle school. And I stopped crawling though, and really fully started walking around the house at the age of 29. So I'm 32 right now, and I literally fully stopped crawling around the house when I was 29. And for me, I felt like because you're as independent, you're grown, like, you know what I mean? Your body's heavier, like, it's too much you got going on to be scooting around the house. And this was for me. You know what I mean? Like I knew that I crawled mainly because it was easier. You know what I mean? It was easier to start off walking. And then as soon as like my back started feeling some type of way or my legs started getting heavy, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm done walking, I'm gonna crawl. So it was just easy for me. Like I felt like my legs were so weak, so it was easier to crawl. But once I started walking with one crutch and started exercising my limbs more and started walking around a lot at my job, when I started going to the gym, when I started using my treadmill, when I started building up muscle and strength in my legs, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I gotta get down on the floor and just crawl, okay? So when I say crawl around the house, I mean from like my room to the kitchen, from the kitchen to Nehemiah's room. That's what I mean about crawling around the house. There are often times where like if I'm sitting on the floor and I'm at the front of my bed and I need to go to the side of my bed, sometimes I'm not just gonna get up and walk. I'm just gonna take a few steps on my knees to get to it. But there was a point where I was just crawling 24/7. Okay. So for me, I feel like it's a lot to do with how much your body can take. You know what I mean? When it comes to walking, how far can you walk? Is your space, is your atmosphere, is it atmosphere where you can grab and hold on to things to help you to get from point A to point B. That's very important. And then, like in my dad's house, there used to be a big gap. There used to be a big space from the hallway to the kitchen. And so that part I used to always dread, like, oh, I can't, like I could make it down the hallway and now I can't get to the kitchen. But now, like I said, exercising and just knowing how much longevity I have, I can stop at that wall and just shoot straight to the kitchen. So it all depends on you, on what your body can do. I would recommend getting used to your surroundings, getting used to the spaces, the walls, the countertops. Like, I'm familiar with my dad's house. I'm familiar with my house, so I know, boom, there's a wall right there, or there's this little handle right there that I can reach down and grab. Like, I can do it subconsciously, so that plays a part too. And if you are like, if you think that you're going to fall, might have somebody to spot you, have somebody to, practice with you as you learn your atmosphere, as you learn your house. You know what I mean? So I recommend that, like learning your house, learning your atmosphere, learning your space. So I would say that's number 2. And of course, number 1 would be knowing how much you can take. Like, you might just be able to walk around the kitchen, practice walking around the kitchen, but be careful, because you got to learn that space, and you don't want to reach on something or lean on something and you might slide off of it. I'm gonna be honest, I still do that. Sometimes there's water on the counter, or sometimes the counter is just so sleek, like I could just slide right on past the counter. You know what I mean? So I still do that. There's sometimes where my leg just, you know what I mean, just wants to slip, just want to slide. Like, I might have baby oil on my leg, on my feet, and then I put socks on, and then I'm not realizing that it's still on my skin, and I just might slide. So, it's all trial and error, but, I would just say be careful, okay, and use caution. So practice your room. If you want to practice walking around in your room, you say, I want to go from the bed. Like, I used to just leap. You know what I mean? I just used to leap from my bed to like the wall or something, or from the couch to the wall or something. So it takes time. It takes time of learning what you can do, what you're comfortable with. So practice in a small space. If that's what you want to do, practice in your room, practice in the living room, practice in a certain part of your house. If you cook a lot, or because the counters are kind of small, depending on what type of kitchen you have. So if you can like bounce back and forth from the refrigerator to the counter, you know what I mean, to the stove, do what you're comfortable doing. Okay. Let me see. One thing that I recommend is, like, in the beginning, when I used to walk, I used to always have my braces on, and that also drug me down, like weighed me down to a point where I'm like, I'm not walking, because I felt like the braces made my legs heavy. So like, from the braces to the shoes, I cannot stand walking in the house with shoes on. Like, it's just, now it's better, but back then when my legs were a little bit weaker and heavier, because I was a little bit more heavier in my weight, I couldn't stand walking around the house with shoes on. So, but I do recommend, like, if you have hardwood, wear slippers with grips on them, or socks with grips on them. Like, I don't recommend walking with socks on in a hardwood floor, because you can slip. So either wear shoes or wear slippers with grips, or socks with grips. Okay. And then again, see if you like walking with those on, or if you rather walk with braces and your shoes on. See what works for you. You know what I mean? Do what works for you. But I believe that it is possible. Like, if you are able to walk in your house without crutches, I say go for it, because the more and more you walk around, like, there used to be a time where I would walk around my house. If I walked around my house, I would use a crutch. I had crutches for inside and crutches for outside. So the crutches that I use for inside, like, I would use those things. I would use it to drag baskets, to carry the laundry, carry food, like, and it was just a lot. Like, if you got to do it, but for me, I felt like, Evelyn, why are you using these 2 crutches in the house when, girl, you know how to like hold onto the walls and walk? But I didn't want to do that. So it got to the point, like I said, at the age of 29, when I stopped walking around the house with crutches, when I stopped crawling on the floor, and I just began to work. Okay. Hola, Miguel. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, muy bien. I'm good. I'm good. Um, Let me see. And so, if you're able to get rails in your house, practice walking with rails in your house. If you're able to get rails installed in your house, get rails installed in your house. Or if you have to get portable rails, get portable rails. You know what I mean? To help you. If you need like the balance things that we used to use in physical therapy, where it was almost like the ballet type of thing where they lean on and stretch their limbs and stuff and flex and all that. If you can get some of those where you can walk and practice walking like people who get rehabilitated or people who do physical therapy or people who need to strengthen their muscles, or learn how to walk again, use one of those. Just put it in an area of your home if you can, and just practice taking steps on that. Practice walking, practice strides, because it's like if you can move your hands and then you figure out how to move your feet together, like then you can go from room to room or whatever space, to the next space. So let me see. I'm just looking at my notes, and I even asked my dad some questions because I just wanted to get his input. So he also talked about the spaces in between the walls, like spaces in your house, because that plays a big part. There will be times where I wouldn't walk around people or in their environment because I didn't know their space, and I didn't want them to see how I lunge or to see how hard it was for me to go from their couch to their dining table. So again, I would just pick up my crutches and I would just walk with them. So there is times where I still am reserved to walking in people's houses without crutches. But if I'm comfortable with you, which is probably slim, I'm not going to walk around your house with no crutches on. I'm just not. So made that drink. So I'm not going to do that. And shout out to, the young lady whose boyfriend is, interested in walking around the house, with no crutches. It's levels to spina bifida, it's levels to this thing. And so I feel like the more and more you want to learn more about how to become independent, and not so as dependent on your devices, I commend you, because, one of my biggest fears was if my crutch breaks or if my crutch snaps or if something happens to me. Story time. One time I got into it with somebody and they took my crutch and they broke it. Like, looking back, yeah, like that was scandalous, but it was two sides to the story. I did something to this person too, and they took it out on my crutches, and the person didn't know why I was like, the person that was trying to hold me didn't know why I was like screaming, because I can feel my crutches leaving my side. And so that was always a fear of mine, that if something happens to me and I'm in a public place, that was a fear. When I say like real life fear, how we should not have any fears, that was a fear of mine. Like, what's going to happen to you if your crutches are going? You cannot walk. Like you're what is the word? Like demobilized. Like you can't go anywhere. But now that I have overcome and I no longer have that fear and I no longer am subjected to my crutches, help me God, like I don't have that problem anymore. It might take me a long time. Like if I'm somewhere and my crutches are gone, it might take me a minute to get to where I need to go. But I know one thing, that I can get around without crutches. Like I've been to the grocery store now without crutches. I went to view this office space without crutches, like just getting out the parking lot. Well, I might have to hold on to things we don't want to hold on to, like walls and your car and the doors, but then put on gloves. You know what I mean? Like, don't let that stop you. Don't let your disability enable you if you're able. You know what I mean? I'm not telling nobody, I'm not talking about like a paraplegic, that is like, just go out and do it. You know what I mean? But there are people who don't have certain things and they use their elbows. They get around, you know what I mean, on their elbows. So do what works for you. Where did that line come from? I'm not about to play. Where did this line come from, y'all? I don't know where this line came from, but it's bothering me now. I don't know what did it do? Just show up out the middle of nowhere. But I'm not gonna get up. Let me see, y'all. Hold I got to fix this line because this is hot. No, it's still there. Oh, that's right. I mean, it's not that bad. Now it seems like it's not that bad, but it does. Let me see. I'm about to play with this light. But anyways, maybe I'll sit on this side. Okay. Oh, this is coming down. So, just distracted me. So what was I saying, y'all? What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, y'all. Forgive me. But what I was saying. But anyways, I don't know. But I don't have that fear anymore. I don't have that fear anymore. Now I know that I've overcome that, and I know that that is no longer an issue. And so I recommend, you know what I mean? If you have a certain type of fear, try to conquer that, try to overcome that, because you never know until you try it. It might not be as bad as you think. Yeah, I'm wobbling around, and yeah, I'm looking how I'm looking to other people, but God created me like this. If God saw fit to have me have a limp, and God saw fit to have me, you know what I mean, one of my legs longer than the other, if he saw fit to do these things, like, who am I to just be so hard on myself about how I look to society and how I look to the world, and you know what I look like to people? If my arms is swinging as I'm walking, hey, I'm getting there, but my arms is flying everywhere. You know, it's like I've overcome some things. And like I said, if this is what it takes for people to see God and to see that, you know, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. If this is what it takes for others to believe in their healing, you know, then to God be the glory, because he makes no mistakes, and he didn't make any mistakes when he created me. Okay. So, I commend anybody that's like, I want to learn how to, you know, overcome this. I want to learn how to not be dependent on this. I want to learn how to, if something happens and I don't have this crutch, or I don't have this cane, or I don't have this wheelchair, or I don't have a mobile cart, how can I still get around? Okay. That's if you are able. Okay. If you are able, excuse me. So those are my tips that I have. Know your body, know what your limitations are, know what you can take, learn the atmosphere that you're walking around in, practice in small spaces, start in your room if you have to, in the living room if you can, or the kitchen, wherever you can practice at, and wear either shoes, your leg braces, wear either socks with grips on them or slippers with grips on them, like if you're on the hardwood. And I do not recommend walking around the house with shoes on and no leg braces. I don't do that. I do not recommend that, because you can easily trip and fall because your feet flop. And when you're having them shoes on, it's not helping you have a steady footing, as if it would if you didn't have any shoes on, or if you had the leg braces on with the shoes. So I don't recommend that. So those are the recommendations that I have. If anybody has any other recommendations or any tips for somebody wanting to walk around the house with their crutches, without crutches, please comment them and let me know. Comment them and let us all know. Okay. So I just wanted to talk about this Pretty Little Things. I almost said something, but I just want to talk about this Pretty Little Things. Okay. I'm going to talk about this Pretty Little Things. Okay. Anybody knows Pretty Little Things is running around on YouTube. It's probably running around on Instagram or anywhere else. I just don't have that, so I don't know. But I was, like I said in my previous video, I was going out of town. And so I purchased like 3 items from Pretty Little Things because I wanted to be comfortable on the plane, because anybody that travels or anybody that knows, like when you have to self-calf, or if you're still wearing pull-ups, you know, or if you're prone to accidents, whatever the case is, it's hard having jeans on and a belt, or it's just hard having jeans on with leg braces and having to pull them down if you have to change your clothes, whatever the case is. So I bought these items. I purchased these items because I wanted to be comfortable on this trip. And also, what was I going to say? If it's your menstrual and you're traveling, you definitely want to be comfortable too. You don't want to be all cute. Okay. You want to be comfortable and cute at the same time. You don't want to just have all this tight stuff on and all this extra stuff on, and you're on your menstrual and you're traveling and you have spina bifida. Like, okay, nobody's doing all that right now. Okay. So anyways, my issue with Pretty Little Things is the delivery is off the chain, takes way too long. I'm not for the drop shipping. Okay. Like, I purchased these items probably a week or 2 weeks before my trip, or a week and a half. And so they told me my delivery date, my expected date of when the items was going to come. It was perfect because I would have got them before the trip. However, it was delayed 3 times because of the storm. Because of snow. It was in Memphis. Like, the last time I checked the tracker, it was in Memphis. Like, it did not move whatsoever. And every time I took that tracking number and put it in the US tracking, nothing came up. So that bothered me. It bothers me that I cannot like call a number to talk to them. They probably do got a number. I don't think so though. But it bothers me that I can't call a number and talk to them. Like, I either have to get on Facebook Messenger and message them, or I have to email them. That bothers me. And so what I say is, if you're going to shop Pretty Little Things, do it at your own risk. Okay. If you need your items to be there when it says it's going to be there, I wouldn't say fool with them, because it was going to be a month before I received these items in 2 days. So it came 2 days before a month, but that's still a month to me. Like, why did it take this long? A month at that. Snow. Okay. You talk about some snow. Why did it take a whole month for me to get these items? I'm not feeling Pretty Little Things on that. Okay. So I was to the point where I said, I don't want the items no more. I don't need the items. The trip is over. Like, I'm back home. So to do the whole refund process was off the chain, because they sent me a barcode. I paid $4 for the return, in which I don't even feel like they're going to take the return on $4 because it don't weigh $4. You know what I mean? Like, that's another story. But so I did the return thing. They sent me a QR code, so I didn't have to print it. I have a printer. I could have printed it myself, but I'm like, hey, if they're going to do it at UPS, at the post office, I'll just show them the code. Get up there after waiting in line, long old line. It was like 8 of us in line. Okay. That's long for somebody that's standing there with crutch and this bag in your hand. Okay. So I get to the front. She's like, oh, we can't take the code. Why is a company saying that you guys can do this if you guys cannot do this? And who from the post office is going to call them and be like, why are y'all saying that we can do that? Because we can't. That bothers me. So I had to get out of line, go to another place they recommended me to. They were like, we can't print it out. We can't do it for you. So you need to reach back out to them and tell them to send you a printing label. Had to get on Facebook Messenger and wait for them to respond, which is not always quick. I asked them to send me the printing label instead of the option to do the QR code. They was like, oh, we can't do that. What type of company is this? They said we can't do that. If we send you, once we sent it out, that's it. And if you basically, we have to cancel your return, and then you have to do it again, pay another $4. But what we could do is refund you the $4 and then you do it again. But the thing with that was that I didn't realize is I had to wait a whole week for that transaction to go through, for them to send me, for me to be able to redo the return and do an option for printing. So I was like, this is too much. I won't shop here again. Period. That's just how I feel. I'm not fooling with Pretty Little Things. Pretty Little, I can't say what I want to say. It's not a bad word. It's just not nice. So the first thing that I got was this jacket. I can't show you guys because Nehemiah has the phone. So it's a suede little jacket, and I got it so that I didn't have to take my leather jacket, because how the weather was just like changing. I didn't have to take my leather jacket and stuff like that. So I got it in a size medium. I would have black on. Y'all can't even see this. But I got it in a size. Oh, you can see it like that. I got it in a size medium. Um, it's my first time trying this on, and it has a little belt at the bottom. But I got it in a size medium. It feels good. I ain't gonna lie. It feels good. Let me see if I can zip it up because that's the type of stuff I do. Let me see if I can zip it up. I got it big. I didn't want it my actual size, which would be a small. I didn't want it tight. I wanted it to fit, big. So I could zip it up. That's pretty dope. Let me see what this is. Where'd this go? Oh, what is that? You zip it like? Well, you can't do that, y'all. Oh, these don't got no buttons, so they not gonna stick to nothing. So that's that. I don't know. I guess I'll just let this hang. I don't know. But anyways, so I brought the items upstairs because they were still in the car, and I was serious about returning this stuff. But the jacket is bomb. It's nice. It don't feel cheap or anything. It's heavy. And it just feels like good quality. So there we go right there. Okay. Now I got some sweatpants because of course Walmart was sold out of all sweatpants and just had sweat jackets, and they had like XXXXL, and this just wasn't my size. These feel like, I don't know. But there's some they're just basic sweatpants, and then they feel, I don't know they hecka thin. They hecka thin. That's what they is. They hecka thin, okay? They hecka thin. And then this, like, I don't know what it's gonna hold up. But like this part, like what is this? Feel like this. But it smell like, I don't know, it remind me of a curtain. Okay? Because it kind of got some beige in it. But they're supposed to be gray. But anyways, so I just have a basic pair of gray sweatpants. Can't go wrong with sweatpants. I could have kept it. I still was gonna get. I didn't want it. Okay. Now these, I kind of was more interested more in these because these are more thicker. Because I could just tell in the pictures they're very much thicker, and the bottoms are scrunchies like that. And then both of these was a size small. What they talking about? Once the label has been removed, you can no longer return this item. Hush up. And then, see, it's a little bit more thicker than this one. But anyways, I kind of could tell. I knew they were different quality in the pictures, but these is hecka small. Well, this is a size 4. I don't know what no 4 is, but I think they're supposed to be a small. I don't know what a 4 is. According to Pretty Little Thing, they could be a medium, but I don't think I got a medium. I think I got 2 smalls. So, and they got pockets. Okay. They got pockets, and then all of this. They got all of that. And they're pretty long too. So they're definitely gonna be baggy. Cause let me see something, y'all. Oh yeah, they down there dragging. Yeah, they down there dragging. Okay. So that is Pretty Little Things. All right. So that's my experience with them, and it shall be my last. Okay, just saying. That's just me though. So yeah, I don't know. Probably once I watch them and try them on, I don't know. Maybe y'all get to see them. But I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. If anybody has any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, forever hold your peace. All right. I got some stuff that I have to fold because I like to try and multitask. You know what I mean? It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy all the time. You know what I mean? Keeping up with the daily chores and tasks as a full-time mother. All right. But you got to make it work. You got to figure it out. You got to do it, because if you don't do it, it won't get done. And unless you got a maid, you know what I mean? Then it won't get done. All right. So I'm just taking out some of this is just linen stuff that I'm washing, that I'm folding right now. So make sure y'all washing y'all linens. Make sure you guys are washing your bedspreads, okay? And make sure that you guys are washing your hair scarves Make sure y'all washing y'all mask. Okay, this is a mask. Okay, I don't care if it get run down. Let me put this on to show y'all. I don't care if it get ran down. Okay, what in the world? The light is coming in. Look at the light. The light just coming in, y'all. The light coming in. So this is my mask, custom made. Okay, of course they custom made, but I'm just saying because I know the person that made it. But make sure you guys are washing you guys' face mask. A lot of people I'm seeing on YouTube who are breaking out by the face and still broken out by the face in the same area is all right here. And I wore, what did I wear? I wore a blue mask, like a throwaway mask in these masks, like when I'm at the airport and certain places. And that's how I had some right here and I had some right here. And I said, oh no. I can't do that. That I'm not about to be broken out off these masks like this. So I'm going to keep wearing the custom ones and just doubling them because I can't wear them blue masks like that for a long period of time without it breaking my face out. And then get you a silk, pillowcase if you don't want to. I'm switching topics, but get you a silk pillowcase if you don't want to be wearing headscarves because my head be itching like crazy. So when I wear scarves, I'm finding out like now my hair be wanting to breathe, my scalp be wanting to breathe. So I can't keep them scarves on like that no more. So I have these bags from Amazon where you could put your undergarments. Let me show you the one. This is the one where you put your bras in, and then they have like different sizes. So if you want to put certain things in there or delicate clothing or something that you don't want the fur or something to get on the other items, like I'll put them in those bags. So, and then like this is a big bag, and this is my rug. This is my rug in my room. And so I put it in this bag so that the fur don't get on the other items. But check this out. For some reason, I don't know if I put the stuff in these bags inside out every single time. Dog skip. But for some reason, well, come on in, son. But for some reason, they always turn inside out. And now for the first time, I cannot get this out of here. And I don't want to cut the bag. So yeah, having a problem with that right now. But anyways, I'm done. See, I got some stuff done. I folded the laundry. I opened this stuff and I talked to y'all and I got that done. So you got to do what you got to do. Make time for you. Make time for your household. Make time for chores. Make time for your children. Make time for God. You know what I mean? Make time for your life. Make time for you. Do stuff that makes you happy. Do stuff that's safe, that's productive. Everything ain't got to be productive. Like you might, want to go out to eat, and I wouldn't say that's productive. But do stuff. It's bothering me. Do stuff. You know what I mean? That's, I don't know. Do stuff for you. Like true happiness comes from Christ. And you have to learn you. You have to know what makes you happy. And if toxicity don't make you happy, then stay away from it, okay? No matter what it is or who it is. Did I show y'all? I don't know if I showed y'all, but I did my own gel nails. And these things have been on it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. So I'm going to take them off tomorrow. And I think I told y'all in the last video, I got the gel nail. I wanted to try it because my actual nails are very brittle. They'll grow, but they're very like flimsy. And I'll be liking the length. And I'm like, well, they won't stay because I'm going to bite them off because they're flimsy. But these are pretty hard. So they're actually staying on and they're growing. And the kit was really bomb. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I think that's all. I love you guys with the love of Christ. I pray that you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Miguel, for joining me. Thank you guys for just showing some love today. I showed up at an early time when you guys was right there to greet me. So I pray that you guys are well. Like I said, if you have any questions or you want me to do a certain type of video, let me know. Because that motivates me to put something out there, okay? Especially if it can help somebody else. So until next time, you guys, be blessed. Mwah.